We haven't seen King Charles today, Angela. Can I just say, I am so relieved about that. I was actually getting quite worried for the man. Of course, I thought the criticism of the fact that he'd had a little meltdown over the fountain pen was really unfair, because remember, this is someone who found out his mother was very ill, then found out she'd died, then discovered that he was king, and has had to be in the public glare of the spotlight from that moment on. I think he's performed admirably, actually. And I'm someone who's been a big critic of Charles in the past when he was the Prince of Wales. But my goodness, he needed this day, I feel. And it was right for him to let his relatives go out and do the great work. We saw Kate and William, we saw Edward and Sophie.
Yeah, I agree with you. And he's been subjected to sort of absolutely enormous levels of scrutiny, right down to one newspaper report talked about his sausage-shaped fingers, which periodically that story always sort of crops up. Look, he is only human. He's 72, 73 years old. He's been running around to every corner of the realm in order to connect with everybody. He has lost his mother. This is the big job that I know he's spent 70 odd years waiting for. He's the longest, heir apparent in sort of living memory. But he's also a human being. And I think we have to have a little bit of a nuanced approach to Charles. There are a lot of people that are ready to support him. I think he got off to a flying start. A lot of people ready to condemn him. A lot of people still don't forgive him for Camilla. And, the really regrettable sort of situation with taking bagloads of cash from Qataris.
Well, I've found all of that tough. I've found all of that tough. All of those issues you mentioned, I've found tough. I feel he deserves a chance.
Yeah.
Do you?
I think he deserves a chance, and I think he deserves a break. Let's not judge the man on what has been before. This is his birthright. This is constitutionally where he should be. So let's see where he goes with it. It would be very easy to get the knives out, but I think as long as he doesn't interfere, the monarch has always been politically neutral. That's part of the stabilising element of monarchy, is they don't take sides.
Some suggestions today, though, he's already had a call with President Macron of France, and the climate change issue, the eco agenda came up. So, look, if he's in this mourning period, I'm not going to criticise him. I just really hope this isn't a sign of what's to come.
Yes, imagine at home going, I'm so relieved Dan's going to lay off for a day or so. But in terms of, the climate debate, in fairness, he was ahead of the pack on this. He's been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
But I think
it's not his job now.
It's not his job. And there's a big difference between saying collectively, of course we don't want the planet to wither and die, but it's not for me to say fracking good or bad, or coal mines good or bad, because then he allays himself politically with certain parties and certain quarters.
Well, it's innately political, isn't it?
Yes.
You can't say, when we've got this march to net zero, personally I think it's a deranged march. Other folk don't, that's fine. But you cannot say that this issue is not political.
No, and it's one of the many things that Liz Truss will be tussling with when she rolls her sleeves up after this period of mourning. And also, you cannot cherry pick what you get involved with politically. So you can't argue, well, okay, eco stuff, because he's always been involved in this, he has a kind of background in it. But if he's already done it, then he sets a precedent with saying, well, actually, and I believe in striking, or I don't believe in whatever it is, equal rights, or I do believe in this, that and the other. There's a difference between commenting on what is lawful and just saying, I hope we can all live together and not kill each other, and actually making political statements. And that, I think, is where he will be judged.